Hello guys and welcome to another Virtual Pro tutorial. Now, making Cesc Fabregas in this game, and let's get straight into it. So let's have a look at him. We've got the beard on him as well, so that's his kind of current look, but I'm going to show you a few different options that we can take to give him a slightly different look. Let's get into the hair then, the style and length. First of all, we're going to go into medium hairstyles, and there's some pretty terrible hairstyles in this game, but the way we're going to go for is the clean hairstyle, because I think this closely matches his recent kind of longish hairstyle for Barcelona. The hair color, of course, excuse me, let me just get my mic on properly, my headset on properly. The hairstyle, of course, is going to be in black color, because that's, again, his hair is very dark, it's not light brown or anything. Again, if you wanted to make the Arsenal Fabregas, then you'd probably just want to give him a clean shaven look, or even a stubble kind of look, which looks fairly decent as well. But if you want to go for Barcelona, then it has to be the casual beard. And again, the facial hair color will just have to be black as well. If you want to make it look more dense, then you just need to change it over to this color here, and it does add a bit more, thickness to that beard, but making it a little bit brown tinted as well. So the black is probably the best one to go for. Now the eyes, his eyes are fairly dipped in, they're pushed in quite a lot. You've got a very folded kind of eyelid as well, so I'm just going to run through these eye settings for you and you can have a look. So you can see that I've pushed his eyes right the way in and made them folded, but they're not folded all the way. They're pulled down very slightly as well, otherwise it just goes a little bit too far, I think. So just pull it down very, very slightly, just to balance it off a little bit. And again, the eyes, you can see how different it would look if his eyes were out. I mean, look how ridiculous that looks. Pull them all the way in, adds that darkness around the eyes as well, which I think he has. Complexion, of course, needs to be this very light Caucasian color. The brows, again, the brows need to be very low, pushed out a little bit as well, not too much. And the brow shape needs to be wide, so he's got very wide, a gap in the middle between his eyebrows, and they have to be really thick as well. So we want to make them as thick as possible because he does have very thick eyebrows. Ears I didn't really touch, to be honest. I thought the default ones are fairly fine for him. Don't need to really worry about the ears at all. So you can see that I've not really changed anything. The nose needed a bit of tweaking though, because it's got quite a wide bridge of his nose, so I had to pull that out. Also the bottom of his nose, the tip, is wide as well, so I widened that slightly as well. The nose style, I mean, his nose is a little bit bent looking at photos, so you could maybe push it slightly to the left, which I think is the way it's bent, but I just left it fairly central because I couldn't find enough images to sort of prove that. Nose profile, then this is where we need to play around a little bit, push it out a little bit, and make the nose protrusion, the kind of bridge area, push out slightly as well. And the tip needs to just go in slightly so it doesn't poke out too much as well, so just pull that in a bit. Nostrils, again, make them very narrow at this point here, and don't need to play around with the height. Make them higher or lower or anything, because it does look fairly ridiculous if you mess that up. So I'm going to leave that as default. And the nostril detail, make it slightly narrow. You can see there I've pulled it in slightly, not too much, but just very, very slightly. The cheeks, then, his cheeks are very low. If you look at the photos, they're not really like pushed high like this. That's just way too over the top. So we need to pull those cheeks as low as possible. And don't need to make them large or thin, because if you make them thin, it makes his cheeks just far too thin. So just kind of leave it low and pull them a little bit down towards the left side to make them a little bit larger. And the cheek style needs to be full. Yeah, you can see there he's got quite a full kind of cheek area. So make sure it's full. Otherwise, it just won't look like him. It won't have that right facial structure. It's a little bit too thin, a little bit too kind of toned, I guess. So we want to add that kind of thickness in there to make his face a little rounded, which I think it is as well. The mouth again, didn't really touch too much here. Could make it a little wider if you wanted to, but I think overall that's fine as well. The positioning's okay as well, don't need to push it too low or any higher. So I'll just leave that all as default. Again, you can maybe like play around with pushing the mouth in or out, but again, I think default is pretty good. So let's just leave all of that as it is. The lips needs to be changed slightly. It needs to be made thick and a little straighter, and that will bring in the middle of his top lip, which is a lot more accurate to the shaping that he actually has. In the bottom, it's the opposite way, so it's thick but just a little bit curved, which will just flatten that out and curve it nicely for you. So that's going to be a good shaping for those lips. And the lip style, again, just pulled down very slightly. So if you want to put a smile on his face, just pull that all the way up. You know, he is quite a smiley player, but you know, every time I seem to see him, he's always a little bit moody looking. I don't know why, but that's probably just me. So I pulled that down very slightly as well. But it doesn't look so bad if you make him smile. So let's just stick that low, like so. And now the jaw, so make it a little higher, the jaw, and a little bit wider as well. So very slightly wider, and make it full, because we don't, you know, again, it's not really thin like that. It's quite a full kind of area underneath his chin, his jaw. And last but not least, let's have a look at the chin. So it's longer and square, so it's quite a wide chin that he's got. It's not really, you know, very thin or pointy. I just need to leave that as it is. And I think what I did was I pushed his chin out very, very slightly, so you can just about see there. It's pushed out very slightly. So that concludes this this tutorial. Sorry I've been very quiet on this video, but to be honest, I'm not feeling too well at the moment, so had to just tone my voice down a little bit. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for you to bear, but you can see here, you know, play around with some of these facial hairs and you can get different looks. But anyway guys, that is my Cesc Fabregas Virtual Pro tutorial. Thanks for watching guys, very much appreciated. Please do like this video, obviously, if you think it looks anything like him, and of course I will catch you all in the next video.